Every product team asks the same question: why do some users become our power users while others disappear after their first few interactions? To answer this, I analyzed a one full year of behavioral data from the Zerv platform covering 50,000 product events generated by 3,499 users across 12 feature types. Hi, this is Vijay Lakshmi. The goal was to identify the engagement signals, activation milestone, and churn risks that determine whether a user becomes a deeply engaged or eventually drops off. So the data set spans January to December 2024 and captures the full Zerv workflow: canvas navigation, block creation, query execution, AI usage, collaboration, and deployment. Across the dataset, 50,000 events were recorded, 3,499 users interacted with the platform, 12 core event types defined the product experience. The platform also showed a strong reliability with a 91.9% successful event rate, indicating a stable user environment. To measure engagement objectively, I built a user engagement score ranging from 0 to 100. The score combines the 5 behavioral signals: active days, total events, workflow interactions, feature diversity, credit usage events. These signals were normalized and weighted, with active days receiving the highest weight, since consistent return visits are the strongest indicator of a long-term retention. Using the engagement score, users were segmented into 3 behavioral groups: power users 25% of the user base, active users 35% of the users, at-risk users 40%. Power users shows dramatically different behavior: 26.7 active days on average, 28.7 events per user, 9 different features used. Meanwhile, at-risk users average only 7 events and 4.5 features, highlighting a major engagement gap. 5 key insights emerged from the feature value analysis. First, query execution is the most valuable feature. Nearly 89% of power users execute a power queries compared to just 39% of at-risk users. Second, AI block usage shows the largest discovery gap with a 50% of point adoption difference. Third, block run frequency strongly predicts the engagement with a correlation of 0.816, the highest in the dataset. Finally, power users interact with 76% of the platform features, while at-risk users only experience 38% of the feature surface. The analysis reveals a clear activation milestone. A user becomes significantly more likely to stay engaged once they run their first block and execute a query or trigger an AI block. This moment represents a shift from the exploration to a meaningful work, the point where users begin generating a real value from the platform. So at-risk users have several consistent patterns. They interact with fewer than 5 features, they have fewer than 8 active days, and most importantly, they never execute a queries or AI blocks. These signals form a reliable yearly warning system for a potential churn. From the data, the typical user journey unfolds these 3 stages: discovery, depth, enrichment. So discovery, users explores the canvas, create blocks. Depth, user begins running queries and AI blocks. Entrenchment, power users build a multi-feature workflows and collaborate with others. The critical divergence happens during the depth phase, where some users expand their feature usage while others disengage. Based on these findings, 3 strategic opportunities emerge. First, improve query feature discovery since it shows the largest engagement gap. Second, make block execution a mandatory onboarding milestone to ensure users reach their first activation moment. Third, introduce a power user pathway program that gradually exposes advanced features like AI blocks, collaboration, and deployment. If just 20% of at-risk users discover these key features, the platform could convert hundreds of users into active segment and significantly reduce churn. In other words, the data shows the activation is achievable. Users simply need the clearer guidance towards the feature that create value. So this analysis demonstrates how behavioral data can transform raw event logs into actionable product insights, helping teams identify activation moments and detect churn risk early and guide users toward a long-term success.